Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our exploration of the Northwest Indian War. Today, in Episode 2, Failed Diplomacy, we delve into the intricate web of alliances, negotiations, and conflicts that emerged as American settlers began to stake their claim on the Northwest Territory. As the Treaty of Paris marked the end of the Revolutionary War, a new challenge arose for the young American nation, navigating the complex relationships with Native American tribes in the region. The Treaty of Fort McIntosh, signed in 1768, had established a boundary line between Native American lands and colonial settlements, but this agreement was largely ignored by American settlers eager to expand westward. In an attempt to assert their authority, the Americans turned to the Treaty of Fort McIntosh, signed in 1785. This treaty, negotiated with several Native American tribes, including the Delaware, Wyandot, and Ottawa, ceded large tracts of land to the United States. However, the treaty was met with widespread resistance from many Native American leaders, who argued that the signatory chiefs did not have the authority to speak on behalf of all the tribes. One such leader, Little Turtle, a skilled Miami chief, emerged as a vocal critic of the treaty. He argued that the Americans had failed to provide adequate compensation for the land, and that the treaty's terms were unacceptable. Little Turtle's opposition was not isolated. Many other Native American leaders shared his concerns, setting the stage for a protracted conflict over land rights and territorial control. Meanwhile, the British continued to exert their influence in the region, often secretly supporting Native American resistance against American expansion. This clandestine support only served to further complicate the diplomatic landscape as American officials struggled to navigate the treacherous waters of Native American-British relations. In 1786, a council was held at the mouth of the Muskingum River, where American representatives attempted to negotiate with Native American leaders. However, the meeting ended in failure, as the two sides were unable to reach an agreement on key issues such as land cession and trade rights. The council's collapse marked a significant turning point in the history of the Northwest Territory, as it became clear that diplomacy alone would not be enough to resolve the conflicts between American settlers and Native American tribes. As tensions continued to escalate, American leaders began to advocate for a more aggressive approach to dealing with Native American resistance. This shift towards militarism was exemplified by the actions of men like George Rogers Clark, who led expeditions against Native American villages and advocated for the forced removal of tribes from the region. In response, Native American leaders like Blue Jacket and Little Turtle redoubled their efforts to resist American expansion, forging alliances with other tribes and coordinating their military efforts. The stage was set for a prolonged and bloody conflict, one that would ultimately determine the fate of the Northwest Territory and the future of Native American relations in the region. That's all for today. Join us next time on History with Herodotus as we continue our series on the Northwest Indian War with Episode 3, The Northwest Ordinance.